Welcome back to the show. For this next segment, I'm already feeling very inadequate. I don't even have a watch on. Maybe you've got a vast watch collection. Well, we're going to check in on that collection and maybe see what it's worth in our What's It Worth segment with Old Northeast jeweler Jeffrey Hess with this famous collection that maybe you've got one at home. Jeffrey?
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Hess with Old Northeast Jewelers. Today we're going to talk about Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe is one of the most magnificent watch companies in the world. Here are a few Pateks that we're going to talk about today. Patek Philippe is a great company, and at Old Northeast Jewelers in Tampa and St. Petersburg, we are one of the world's experts on Patek Philippe. People send us Patek Philippe watches from all over the country and indeed all over the world. Patek Philippe's can be worth up to $400,000 or $500,000 or more. Actually, we just sold one about 3 years ago for over $1 million. None of these are worth $1 million. These are just some Patek Philippe's that we had laying around, and we're going to talk about them individually. The first one is one that we paid $5,000 for. Now, we didn't pay a lot for it, even though it's an automatic watch. We only paid $5,000 because it's a little bit short. A man's watch needs to be about 7.5, 8 inches, and this is just shy of 7. So we discounted a little bit. We paid $5,000, and we just sold it for $7,000 today. It's an automatic, which means you don't have to wind it. Now, if it was a manual wind watch and you had to wind it, it would be worth a little bit less. Next is a Patek Philippe watch, and this is a fantastic watch. Ladies love these things. We didn't pay very much for this one either because it also has some problems. It's only about 6 inches long, so it's only going to fit a very small wrist. It did not have box and papers. It's missing the diamond that was on the crown, but these are diamonds here, so we paid $2,000. We'll probably sell it for $3,000. Next, you have the Patek Philippe gondola. Now, the gondolas were made for a company called Gondola in Brazil. And it was a club where the people in Brazil, doctors and attorneys and people like that, back in the 1890s to 1905 era, would pay so much per month, a subscription service of sorts. And at the end of 1 year, they would get themselves a Patek Philippe watch. And this is a 57 millimeter, 18 karat gold watch. Pardon my big old hand there. It's 18 karat rose gold. And there's all the business from the company that sold it. And there's that movement. Beautiful 18 jewel movement, running strong, extraordinary. We were real lucky. We bought a collection of these from a Baltimore collector, and we bought over 30 of them, so we bought them really cheap. We bought them for under $3,500 a piece, but we're selling them quickly for $4,500 a piece. Next, we have the Mac Daddy, if you will. This is a Patek Philippe Art Nouveau ladies watch from about 1910. Now, you see the dial has another company's name on there, and that's because Patek Philippe made this watch for that company. But the movement is clearly signed Patek Philippe. And look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? You've got a cherub or a putti, as they call it, and he has all kinds of ribbon and all kinds of stuff going on there. Diamonds everywhere. Blue enamel, white enamel, red enamel. It's amazing. We paid $5,000 for that, and we'll probably sell it for $7,000. You know, it could go for more at auction in New York, I don't know. And of course, the retail value would be $10,000 or $15,000 or more. Also has this incredible Art Nouveau chain with enamel and diamonds everywhere. An amazing watch. So Patek Philippe's are just the kind of watch you're looking for. By the way, my name is Jeffrey Hess, and this is my wife Katrina Hess in the book. This is a book we wrote called What's It Worth? It's a compilation of the columns that we write in the Sunday paper. And if you want to know what's it worth, come and see us. Jeff and Katrina Hess at Old Northeast Jewelers in Tampa, next to Tiffany, and in St. Pete on 4th Street. Thank you.
There's the address there and the phone number to check out more. And again, yeah, he went over a lot in that segment.
I know. I kind of led to that saying maybe you've got one of these.